All right, hello everybody. Thank you for coming back. This is my Arpexxi's first time blind run and a no death attempt at Ender Magnolia. Right now the screen is paused because I was saving PS5 video. So we'll start here in a minute, and we have one of two boss fights for this episode. So first one here is Lars, his second phase. We'll see how I do. What do you guys think? Is this going to be another no death, or is he going to get me too? I've already been killed. It's four. I have a death counter up there. It's 4 deaths so far. But we're trying to see if we can keep it under 10 for the whole first time blind playthrough. He's a little tricky, you can see. He got me pretty good, but I focused on my defense, stats. I think the key thing with this guy is you want to try to get underneath him as much as possible. You see the owl shot finished him off there. So no deaths on this guy, but I did get hit quite a lot. That wasn't the best, was it? These guys right here are extremely dangerous. If you get caught in that thing that they do right there, it's really, really dangerous. So with them, just generally keep your distance and it should be fine, but the game sometimes forces you into some situations with them where it's hard to keep your distance, so. So we gotta use the wolf here to break the growth. And might as well continue straight through, right? And of course there's another one. So they want you to break the first one and then be like, oh yeah, that's okay, I got him. And then I don't have to set up again. I just keep going with it. You know, have fun and keep going. So that gave me a vial. So just a quick check. It's 15 now. Try to think about what I can equip and how that changes that part of it. So this game, I actually make it a little more difficult than it is, because you can sit back and just shoot stuff a lot of the time. But for me, that's a little bit too boring, so I only do that when I want them to fall and get the parts. These behemoths, I hate these guys. So at the least I can do here is, now I'm weighing the 10% break damage versus the, maybe having a shorter cooldown period, or just equipping one of the 1-point relics, and that's what I did. So Eye of the Beast, pretty sure I enhance it here. That is a nice upgrade. We want those as soon as possible so that we don't have to do any end game farming, which I hate, just farming for things like materials and things like that. So yeah, this is a good way just to max those things out as early as possible to accumulate as much scrap and materials as possible early on. One of the things I was all about was increasing my vials as much as possible in the beginning, so that way I could get access to like the best relics here. And I try to imagine that by the next time the next grimoire comes and I get another bracelet, then I'll have enough to buy it based on like what the price increases usually are. So I think it was safe to buy another vial at this point. So instead of that 1-pointer, I can go for the maybe 2 here, and I think I go for the 3% HP increase, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, I guess I went for the aerial attack damage, so that's okay too. Just the 3% HP increase, that gives you a little bit of like survivability. So that's better if you're gonna explore a lot. But then again, if you're really in a jam, you can just warp right back to the last respite. So there's that too. So now we got the full Lars boss fight here. This is the one that is in the boss rush. And so there is a way to hit him underneath, and to stay underneath him and end the fight really quickly for the boss rush. If you're doing a speed run or something like that, but it's pretty difficult. That was a pretty bad 1-2 punch right there. But as long as you're underneath him, so. Will I die? Will I not die? Let's see what happens here. Boy, he can really add the damage on pretty quick. There we go. So Lars, complete no death. Is a pretty good one with him. So makes you wonder what's gonna happen with Gilroy next. So the sword here, you know, the idea is that it's gonna be a little bit more faster. So hopefully the DPS is gonna be larger. But for me, it just doesn't make up it might be the best for the speed run. I know for like boss rushes, I think the world record is using the saber, but for me, no, it's just not. The range is too short and it doesn't have anything behind it either. So it's like, yeah, it's difficult. A nice cutscene. I'm not completely sure, but I think this guy is an optional boss. And I think he's partly necessary for the good ending of the game. actually. We're gonna get to take the lift now. So yes, Lars's grip, that is the really good one. I mean, that's really, really useful. Yeah, this part here, you have to come back later on in the game, and then you can get a little bit deeper, and I think you need that for the best ending. But yeah, this is you get the Lars's grip, which is so good, and then like later you're gonna be able to shoot like a rocket from the wall. So that's like, that combination is so good too. But it's the, sticking to the wall that makes the game like really fun for me. So of course, as you already know, I am going around and, tying up loose ends as far as different places that I can go. I'm trying to think if I can get up there or not, but of course I noticed the wall is a little bit slanted, which means you can't stick to it. So I don't think I'm able to get up there yet, but I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure soon we're on to Declan's estate, which is, one of the best areas in the game, I think. There's this section there where you have to fight all of these different robots in like some kind of tournament. That is a really good one.
Veux-tu ta
So I finally get those 3 extra slots, and I can finally equip this cooldown reducer, which at the time I didn't know it as much, but it is very, very good. If I could go back and do this playthrough again, I would probably be like a lot more careful, because there's a few things that I did that I ended up dying, I think. And I would also probably equip the rocket thing for bosses, the Lito's rocket thing that he does. That is like the best thing for the bosses. So like every speed run for the boss uses it. So that's a pretty good one to have. But I didn't know that. I didn't know how effective it was, especially because it's like the diagram I think says that the straight punch is stronger. It has a higher power rating than the rocket blast. So yeah, I never noticed until I saw somebody speedrunning it, and oh, actually that rocket thing is really good to do. So get some extra parts from everybody and go back and finish them off. I'll take the hit for the parts. And here we come up on a new cutscene with our boys here working on the elevator. I really love the characters in this game. Like, I think they're so cool. Like, what do you guys think? Like, they look really cool, right? And like, it's cool how like whatever characters you have equipped are the ones that are going to be standing in that cutscene. So that's like a really cool thing. And so now we're gonna get our second shop area here in the game. It's the same, it has the same as everything else, but and so here we go. And so I had no idea this was coming. Ran right into the first time we fight Gilroy as a boss. So totally off the cuff, not prepared. Again, I've seen like 20, 25 deaths from Twitch streamers doing this guy the first time. So we'll see what happens here. It's a big showdown. What do you think? How many times would you guys think I would die? Well, how many times do you think I would die if it was my first, if you haven't seen me play the game yet? And how many times do you think you would die after you've seen me play? Here I'm doing a really, really good job, but until then. And then. So that stupid tornado thing, he keeps on getting me with that. And I had a really hard time figuring out how to dodge that for some reason. And then that one, I don't know if I should have got hit by that thing, but I did anyway. In that one. So this 3 times I got hit by the crescent thing. But he's pretty low actually. I might pull it off. And now I'm down to 1 hit. So. And yeah, there we go. I was not happy. That was like, I felt that I could have got him, like if I was prepared correctly or I was more careful. So we're up to 5 deaths now. So I'm thinking about what I should do, but I guess to decide, oh yeah, I just go for it. So, because I had him down pretty well, but I go and I do something like that right in the beginning and get hit like that. That was a big hit. That was like his range on that surprises me. Because they're a little bit clever because on the second hit is further than the first. And so I think that's why I got hit with it a few times, because I felt like, oh yeah, that was okay. Like, he didn't hit me on the first swing, and then now I'm in a safe area, but no. The second one is like a lot farther. Let's just see if I can beat him here. so close. At the end, I stretched out that bit of life I had for quite a while, didn't I? So like, if I played that way the whole time, then like I would have beat him. If I was a little bit too aggressive. So let's see, third time. Is it a charm? It looks like I got his patterns down pretty well now. After 2 tries. We'll see, can I do it? Oh, you got me there. Let's see if I can do it or not. Almost done. What do you guys think? Yeah, there we go. So twice, 2 times. On this guy. Not too bad, not too bad. Again, I've seen people on Twitch, they're just like getting so angry like they couldn't get past this guy. Not that hard. I don't know how I died the second time. Like, first time, yeah, maybe I should have, but second time. So we're up to 6 deaths now. That gives us a buffer of 4 before 10. So we'll see. Now you get the tuner arts, the SP gauge. So good. So these things, the Lola's strike is pretty good one, but the pretty much I think like the best one is actually the gun guy, because you can really destroy things with his tuner art. So it's all different depending on who you have equipped. They all have different ones, like different special moves that they can do. So the song is just like the best, isn't it? It's a really good one. So we'll see where we go next. I think it's going to be maybe the Sorcerer's Academy, but I think I go to because you have a choice. You can go to either one. I think I go to the Japan area first. So, which it's hard to say. Like, the boss fight for the witch at the Sorcerer's Academy, that's a pretty difficult boss fight. So it's hard to say which area is more difficult. What do you guys think? You think it's the Sorcerer's Academy or the other place, the Japantown? I do a quick save here, quick break. And I actually save on the PS5 here. So we have that little stoppage in the video. So 6 deaths. Yeah, I really can't believe it. I think I could have avoided those. Like, I easily could be only at 2 deaths or 3 deaths right now, I think. And if I was really careful, maybe 0, but like definitely like at least 3 of these 6 were pretty preventable, I think. We'll see what happens like on the next area. It's a little bit difficult in the next area, so. First order of business here is to just check around the station area and make sure I get all the secret places. And yeah, go inside here and see what's here. This is where the train station is. I decide that it looks more like a main path, so I come out here to check this out first. So in this area, they actually know that we've gotten Lars grips already, so the platforming becomes a little bit more complicated, a little more vertically oriented, right? And so we'll go ahead and navigate these areas, and you can see there's like a lot of robots and stuff in this area, robot samurai and things like that, robot ninjas. It's always a cool thing to do. I remember the first one was Metal Gear, right? And then we had the Gray Fox. He was one of the coolest characters, I think. And then at the end of the game, it's like pretty sad, actually. But that has to be, I think, maybe one of my favorite games of all time. I think, like, in the top 5, I'd say, maybe. Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation 1. Like, when you see that, like, I think, like, a lot of people today, they don't understand, like, what it was like. But when you played, like, Super Nintendo, and the size, the space of the game was, like, so limited that you didn't get dialogue and you didn't get FMV or anything like that. When we played Metal Gear Solid, and I think it was like 2, 3, or 4 discs. I think it was maybe 2 discs. But when we played that, and that was like a whole, like, fully voiced game with all these conversations. And then there were some FMV scenes when they're talking about, like, this government program and that government program and blah, blah, blah. Those FMV scenes were really cool too. And when you get a game like that was, like, completely voiced at that time, I mean, it was just like mind-blowing, like, you can't imagine. Resident Evil was the same way. We had that, like, dialogue among the characters, because before there wasn't, you just had to read everything, right? So it's hard to really appreciate it if you didn't have to just read everything only. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. And Resident Evil 1, that's one of my favorites too, because that's like, it was just so good. Like, maybe some of you guys have, like, no idea, but it was so good. I remember me and 2 of my friends, we got it, and we all played it together, and we were trying to figure out what to do and stuff. And there was some stuff on the internet, like, but there wasn't much information, but there was, like, stuff on the internet. And we got to the end of the game, and there's this one, like, developer door, I call it. So they made the door there. It's in the artwork, but they never connected it to anything. That happens in games sometimes. Like, I think it's in the Final Fantasy 16. There's a door like that just, like, they developed it, but then they decided not for it to go anywhere. And there's another one. It's in another game too. It's just a door that they never finished where it was supposed to go to. But I forget what the other one was, but definitely in Resident Evil. And there was all this fake information on the internet. I don't know who did that, but it made a lot of trouble for us because it said, like, you have to get the pickaxe, and if you get the pickaxe, then you can open up the door. You can use the pickaxe to open up the door. So we're running around, searching on the internet, you know, where the heck is this pickaxe? And we couldn't find it anywhere. And so, of course, we just gave up, and we couldn't get into that door, but we were never supposed to. So that was one thing that I really remember about playing through the game the first time. And I remember my friend was playing it, and he always did stuff that made us laugh. And so he was playing it, and he was running from the hunters, and he tried to go down the stairs, and it wasn't one of the game loading stairs. It was one of those, you just go down to a different level. And so somehow, I don't know how the heck it happened, but the hunter jumped at him when he was going down the stairs, and it registered as an actual hit. And so, but what happened was kind of funny because the character model got like teleported to where the game thought it was, and then the animation played out. And so it teleported back up the stairs, lost its head, and was like floating above that position. And we just all started laughing. I mean, I think he was pretty upset, but we thought that was like a really funny thing that happened. So that game, though, is like definitely one of my favorites of all time. Like the first one and the remake of the first one was pretty good too. But to see that for the first time like that, with all the dialogue and everything, it was really something else. So this section is pretty neat. Fire everywhere, platforms, and this kind of thing. This is straight out of like Mega Man 1. Except that was much more difficult. It's Mega Man 1, it's the, what's his name? Guts Man stage in the beginning, and you have to go across the gap on these like floating platforms. That reminds me of that. So we got another thing here. Someone else may have something further to add. The design of these two characters is so cool. It's like very steampunk. It reminds me a little bit of like that movie that anime that's called I forget what it was. I really liked it though for some reason. It wasn't like super special, but I really liked it a lot. It was something about the wind. I forget. I'm gonna check it here and then record after I find out what it is. Alright, so I actually stopped. I paused here to look up the name of this friggin' anime, and my phone ran out of batteries. So I was like, oh geez, I have to charge it before I can look it up. So I charged it, and then as soon as it like came online, I remembered the name of the anime. So it's called Last Exile, and it is, it's similar to some of the artwork in this game. And like Last Exile, it was like a pretty good story. It's interesting. It's like very creative plot. It's not like super exciting, but I don't know. It just had this like charm that like I liked it a lot. And it had a few pretty cool scenes. Like the fight at the end was a pretty cool scene. And there's a scene where like the bad chick, like she like comes with her ship on top of like the city, and she scatters all these like cherry blossoms or leaves or something like that, and it's a really cool like surreal scene. That's like a really good one. But it was so crazy, like when like some of the scenes, like how nice they look in that one, especially at that time. And the artwork looks a lot like this though. So it's like about like these like family. I forget what happened, but like there's like, it's really hard to remember and explain, but there's like two nations are like fighting each other, and they're separated by like some wind stream that like it's really hard to navigate. So they can't get to, I think, like where the third civilization in this anime is, and that civilization like has all the technology and stuff. And so that's what like the bad girl is like the leader of that. So in the end, like they end up like fighting her somehow, and I don't know, it's just really cool. I really enjoyed it. go. Little small event here. So we got the second autonomous owl, which, yeah, this one is like, the first one is like time-based, but this one does things like in sync with your dodge and stuff. But for me, it just didn't vibe very well. It's probably a little bit stronger than the other one because there's conditions. It just doesn't automatically seek onto the enemy. You have to dodge at the right time. So it's probably a little bit stronger, but like, yeah, it doesn't help with that distance that you need like projectiles for. So we got the second owl here, and I'm just going to check out his abilities and see if he's worth anything for me specifically. His abilities are pretty cool. It's kind of cool how they found a different behavior to like tie in autonomous abilities. This one is probably the most useful, like the poison cloud. So if you get something in it, it's pretty damaging. It just has to, you have to trap the enemy in it. So. And the blaze status effect is, I think, the best one. So this isn't too bad either, but it's just that like the autonomous one was like much better for me for this first playthrough, I think. talked about the best like PlayStation 1 games and like how it changed everything. So do you guys have like a PlayStation 1 game or like a game that like really changed everything for you and like was like kind of mind-blowing? For me it was like those two, Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil 1. I kind of wish I could still be like mind-blown like that, but things don't surprise me as much anymore. But yeah, that was really something else. And like the Resident Evil was pretty funny. Like with the voice acting and stuff, like it was the best. Like, see, look at that, you can break things like that way. There's a lot of neat tricks you can do in this game. But yeah, the Resident Evil stuff is like pretty cool. It was like they had like, you know, the voice actors. I don't know like what the deal with the voice actors was, but like it was like, because I was younger, maybe I didn't notice it so well, but like now that I hear it, it's like much worse than I thought it was. But some of it is like, I don't know, like the master of unlocking thing, like it doesn't really bother me that much. Like I thought that was fine, like that didn't strike me as like too strange. But when he said the Jill sandwich though, like I always thought it was like a Jibble sandwich, and I was like, what? Like, oh yeah, okay, it's a Jibble sandwich. Like I guess it sounds like some kind of like sandwich, you know, like kibbles and bits, like the dog food, and like Jibble and like kibbles, Jibbles, Jibble sandwich, or, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, but like that's what I heard for like the longest time. And if you listen to it, like that's what it sounds like if you think about that. You know, it's like in The Godfather 2 where the guy gets killed in Sicily, and like somebody said, like, it sounds like I've been to the bookstore. And so if you watch that scene, like you can't unhear it. Like every time you hear I've been to the bookstore and he gets killed, it's like that for me, like with Resin, like it's like a Jibble sandwich. But then after I heard it, it was like, oh yeah, it's a Jill sandwich, but he just like says it kind of strange. So like, yeah, with some of that like, Wesker, where have you been? Like some of that is like so, it's like so bad it's good. But if you guys ever want to know like the worst voice acting game ever, it's called Chaos something. Chaos. It's for the PlayStation 1. And let me see if I can look it up here. It's like Chaos. It has like really bad voice acting because the director of it, or like the director of localization or something, he got like all of his kids to do the acting, like his kids and his family members and stuff. And like it's really, really bad. It's like really bad. And like there's one girl that she's like, she sounds like she just woke up, or like she's on something. She's like and then there's this one guy, and he's like just an example, like the lines like come and get me, and he's not like come and get me, you know, he's like He's like, come and get me. Like, like who says that? Like, that's like the worst way you could possibly say that line. But he's like, come and get me, like actually me. Like, that's like what his line was. So it's the best thing ever. Like, you have to, if you guys haven't heard it, you have to find it. It's on YouTube, and it's one of those gems that, like, I hope they never take it down. But maybe I can find it here. Chaos Game, PS1. Not Chaos Break, but it's a survival horror game. Chaos Break. Looks good, maybe. I'm gonna have to find it here. PS1 game. Worst voice acting. Let's put that down here. And Shenmue, that's a pretty good one too. I love, like, the voice actors in Shenmue. They're great. They're like shouting all the time. That's a really good one. I'll have to pause it here and find out. Okay, so I checked, and the game is actually called Chaos Wars for the PS1. And it says, like, somebody said it has to be seen to be believed. And that's definitely true, like, but it's the best. Like, I could, like, sometimes I just listen to it because I'm like, I want to laugh a little bit. So I listen to it again. It's like the best thing in the world. It's so bad it's good. It's really bad, so it's really good. And yeah, that's like one of the worst. But another game that was like actually not bad, like no bad voice acting or anything. It actually had pretty good acting. It was but that game had a really big effect on me too, and that was called Fear Effect. If you guys ever played Fear Effect for PlayStation 1, that game was like so amazing for me when it came out. It was like 4 discs or something, and it had this like really cool, like kind of like animated style, and the backgrounds in the game were like all FMV loops. So it was like one step above Resident Evil 1, which was like, that was pre-rendered backgrounds, but this wasn't. This was like pre-rendered and like FMV looping. So it looked really, really cool at the time. And the controls were like not easy, but and some parts in the game are like not so good combat wise. Like, it has tank controls and stuff, but they're not that bad actually. But there's other stuff in there that is difficult. So, but that game was awesome, and then the sequel was really good too. I felt like I was really young when I played it, like in junior high school maybe, or first year high school maybe, and like it was like such like an adult story, kind of like it, like straight for adults, and it was like That was really so cool too. It felt like really, really adult-like game. So we're starting to come up on the end of this video here. It was a lot of, this time around we did a lot of exploring in the new area and just did a lot of room clearing and things like that. And so I think maybe on the next one we're going to do the tower. I forget where to go next, but yeah, this section here is like, it's pretty complicated. And again, you can tell like just how like vertical everything is. So that has something to be, there's something to be said about the game design. Because yeah, you can stick to walls now, so, and they know that, they show it. There, it's just like on fire, and I don't even think I realized it. But if that happens, you have to like keep on dodging, then it'll put it out quickly. So I don't know why, but I didn't do it fast enough there. So this is, as you can tell, this is the part in the game where they hit you with all these like different totems. And basically like the best ones are, it gives you extra SP when you attack enemies. I think that's one of the best ones. And you can combine it with the SP relics here too. But that's a good one because when you get the, I call her the wheelchair girl. When you get her, then like her attuner art is to heal you. So it's like you can kind of have unlimited heals. And so I use that in like my new game plus a lot. So in the next episode, we'll go a little bit farther into this new area, and we will, I think we'll hit the tower in the next episode or the next episode. But I want to thank you guys for sticking with me here and listening to me. Your feedback is greatly appreciated, as well as a like and subscribe. I'm also doing Helldivers 2 stuff, and I'm doing some Death Stranding stuff, and after that I'm going to post a Dead Space playthrough as well. Blind first time, same thing. So yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one.